Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's September 16th, 2020, Wednesday, and it is 6:02, and I'd like to welcome you and call to order our meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. I have a notice I have to read here for you. It's pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GLC 30A-S18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, as well as Mayor Curtatoni's declaration of emergency dated March 15th, 2020. This meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals will be conducted via remote participation. We will have an audio recording available upon request as soon as possible after the meeting. The first item tonight is general business. It's the approval of the minutes for August 19th, 2020 and September 2nd, 2020. So, Madam Clerk, could you please have a motion for us, please?
I just lost the agenda.
We lost Josh.
Madam Chair, if you need
Yes.
the dates, I can provide them, if that would be helpful.
Yes, I would, excuse 1 second. Charlotte, what are you saying? Please speak up.
The two dates that were or that minutes are in front of the board for approval on are August 19th and September 2nd.
Right. That's what I said. Now, Danielle, you pulling yours up, hon?
Yeah, I'm working with one screen, so I'm having some more difficulties tonight.
All right, take your time. Josh, did you have something you want to say? You're all set, you're okay? Ian's all set and I'm all set. So when you're ready, Danielle, we're ready for you.
I make a motion to approve the August 19th, 2020 and September 2nd, 2020 minutes as submitted.
May I please have a second?
Second.
Ann Brockelman seconds. Around, I'll take the vote, A or nay. Ann Brockelman.
A.
Danielle Evans.
Aye.
Josh Safdie.
Aye.
Susan Fontano, aye. Let the record show that the quorum we have this evening, I want to mention at this point, is the four of us in presence. Elaine Severino is still out with the bereavement of her husband. So there was a unanimous vote. The motion carries. Thank you. Next on the agenda, Ms. Charlotte, what do you want to go for? Clarendon Hill next, please?
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Okay, so let the record show that the next case we're going to take is 34 North Street, Clarendon Hill, 40B 2020-001. Good evening.
Madam Chair, Corey Meehan from POA, one of the application members, is present. I can give a brief summary of why they are requesting a continuance. Essentially, staff are still working on the conditions list to make sure that the phasing and the affordable housing conditions and the kind of everything works in lockstep. But there have been some questions that are taking a little longer to address than we expected. But when we bring you the condition list, we want it to be full and correct and complete. So we want to make sure that we're doing it right when we present it, and it was not quite ready for today. So we have discussed with the applicant, and they will be requesting a continuance to September 30th to provide a little more time to hammer out those remaining questions. Corey is here. I know some other members of the application team are here if you have any questions for them.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Corey and team.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Honorable Board. This is Corey Meehan, 6 Austin Street, representing preservation of affordable housing on the Clarendon Hill project. As Charlotte stated, we are here tonight to respectfully ask for a continuance until the September 30th hearing. We have been working in good faith with the city staff. We're getting close. These things just do take a little while of time, and there's a lot of departments to coordinate. We're hopeful that we'll be ready for the 30th and appreciate your patience.
Great. The board, does anybody have an issue with the continuance? Are you happy about how they're plugging along on this? Everybody's content. I'm the same way. I realize this was a major, big project. It's like a city within the city there. And I think we want to get it right. So I don't see anybody raising their hand or to say anything of the people here tonight on the board. So I would think there'd be no problem with going to September 30th. If you guys don't have anything else to say, we'll make a motion. Are you all set, Ms. Corey?
I'll just add, I do believe Charlotte was able to upload all of the updated files to the planning, I don't know what you call it, website. So if there's any questions there, please let us know.
Okay, thank you. All right, so could I have a motion from the clerk for the continuance to the 30th?
In the matter of 34 North Street, Clarendon Hill, case 40B 2020-001, I make a motion that we continue this to the September 30th, 2020 meeting.
Second, please. Ann Brockelman, second the motion. All in favor? Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
and Susan Fontano, aye. Let the record show it was unanimous, the 4 votes for the quorum vote. Thank you. Good luck,
Thank you.
Dan. Keep plugging.
We will. Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda is 345 Medford Street. That's DRA 2020-0052. Is the applicant here? Good evening.
Yeah, hi, good evening, members of the board. Rich DiGirolamo on behalf of the applicant. We submitted, Madam Chair, earlier today, a request to continue this matter until the September 30th ZBA. The reason we are seeking a continuance at this time is that there is pending before the Land Use Committee and the Planning Board a petition that was filed by 10 registered voters to rezone 6 sites along Pearl Street and Medford Street from MR4 to MR6. And they held a joint hearing last night. The matter remained in committee, and I do believe the planning board is intending to take up the matter tomorrow night at their meeting. However, we would like to see what results from that rezoning effort before proceeding, since if the property does get rezoned to MR6, it would preclude the necessity for the 3 hardship variances that we were seeking from the ZBA. So we would at that point be withdrawing from the ZBA and not, as we would not need relief for the for height,
Right.
setback, and number of floors. So
Okay. So yeah, so you were in the group and they had the meeting and they're having the Alderman's meeting tomorrow, and that's when it's going to the vote and the whole board. Is that how that works?
no, it's still actually, it remained in land use, Madam Chair, last night. So they're going to take it up at their next committee meeting. I do believe the planning board is intending to take it up at their meeting tomorrow night, but then once it comes out of land use. So it might actually be the case that we would have to continue the case further on the 30th, but I since we didn't know what the next meeting of the land use would be, I put it on for the 30th for now.
Can can you elaborate, or is Rebecca Cooper here? Can she elaborate on why it's still in committee and they didn't just want to pass it right along? Are there things to still be worked out, is my question, or is it going right?
I think there were several residents who spoke in favor last night,
Yeah,
who constitute the 10 registered voters. I think they chose to leave it there because there was also opposition expressed by an abutter who had some concerns about the effects of this on his building at 347 Bedford Street, I believe. And I think they asked Director Lewis to come up with, they asked for Director Lewis to come up with some, to see what effects, feedback on what effects this would have on the neighboring property, both in terms of shading, in terms of, and to see what, if anything, could be done to the MR6 zoning that's currently in place that might give the abutting neighbor some additional setbacks, as they were complaining about setbacks under the MR6. So I think that's the reason why they let it stay in committee.
Tell me, is it's not the piano building, right? It's
It
the other way.
It is the piano building.
It is the piano building.
Yeah, they were opposed to
And
it.
if we do if we go 6 with that, because I know Danielle had an issue with this, if I'm not mistaken, that the height was higher than the piano building. Yes, Danielle?
Yes.
Wasn't that's something you brought up, right? So as it stands, an MR6, if it goes to 6, and they approve it, how much higher? Is it a whole story over the piano, or is it less or more?
I'm not exactly sure, Madam Chair, and I don't know if Evan Stellman is on the line, the architect, but my guess is, my recollection is I think it's approximately a story higher.
That's what I was remembering. And yeah, okay. All right. So did anybody have any questions of the attorney here tonight? Or anybody else? No. Okay. So,
Madam Chair.
Yes, hello.
Madam Chair, my apologies. This is Rebecca speaking. I just wanted to jump in and add a couple of extra points of information that have come in since this afternoon.
Yes, please.
I have been in touch with Chair Capuano of the Planning Board and with Director Lewis. They have advised me that the Planning Board will take up this issue and the recommendations that they're going to make on the October 1st Planning Board meeting.
Okay.
That's because we want to give some time for us to address questions that were asked by the counselors of staff, and Councillor Ewan-Kempen also wants to speak in front of the planning board, and because he didn't have an opportunity due to some concerns about having a quorum at last night's land use committee meeting. So this, the planning board will give their recommendation, the planning board will take up the question of their recommendations on the October 1st planning board meeting, and we'll expect to either understand whether there's going to be further information or whether they will be providing a recommendation at that meeting.
So, okay, thank you. Now, here's my question then. If they're not going to meet till the 1st, you're not meeting till the 1st, then what are we going to do on the 30th? Nothing.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Did you write about? Yes.
Yeah. Madam Chair, I was not aware of that late-breaking information, but you are absolutely correct. That being the case, I would request that it be put over to at least the first October meeting.
Which is, yeah, I think that's the 14th.
Yeah, I think that is.
Okay. And by that time, let me see, the counselors, they do the 2nd and 4th Thursdays, right? So you folks at the planning would be on the 1st of October. And then the counselors, if it goes to them, they meet on the 8th. Am I right?
Yes,
Well,
Madam.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then
I don't know.
We don't know what action they'll take, but that's the schedules anyway. And then we're on the 14th. So should we go ahead and book the 14th for you?
I think that sounds reasonable. I don't know when the next land use committee meeting is.
Yeah.
Maybe Rebecca knows. I don't know that. I don't think they scheduled it yet. So, but I would say the 14th is probably safe.
Okay, is that all right with the staff?
Madam Chair, this is Rebecca speaking. That is correct, and that's fine with staff, yes.
Okay, great. So, Madam Clerk, if the board, Josh, Ian, or anybody has any comments, we'll have Danielle make a motion for continuance till the 14th.
Okay, in the matter of 345 Medford Street, DRA 2020-0052, I make a motion that we continue this to the October 14th meeting.
Second
Second.
by Ann Brockelman. All in favor on 345 Medford Street, DRA 2020-0052, say aye. Ann Brockelman.
Aye.
And Danielle Evans.
Aye.
And Josh Safdie.
Aye.
Thank you. And Susan Fontano, aye. The ayes have it. So let the motion show it carried till October 14th.
Thank you.
Okay. Charlotte,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Madam Chair, there is no other business on the agenda tonight.
Okay, does anybody else have anything they want to discuss? Hearing none, could we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded by
Second.
Ann Brockelman. All in favor, say aye or nay. Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
and Susan Fontano. Aye. Thank you, folks. Meeting's adjourned.
On an informal note, before you all go, if you do notice anything in either the staff report or the packet that has been updated, it's been reorganized and updated. If you notice anything that you have questions about, feel free to email. Always here.
Great, thank you. Everybody good with everything so far? What's coming through? Okay, good. How is, okay, so that's that. Well, all right, everybody, unless somebody has something to say.
I
No.
just
Go ahead.
express condolences for Elaine's husband.
Yeah,
To Elaine, she lost her husband, and I just wanted to express my sympathy for that, and hope she'll be able to rejoin us in the future. And I guess we'll coordinate the donation.
okay, yeah, she, like I said, we've been emailing back and forth, but I actually spoke with her today, and she's really hurt and she's really down in the dumps. But she said that she promises